Number 17. Suzuki DR650. The blast from the past that just won't die. The Suzuki DR650 engine is a dinosaur that still stomps. It's an air-cooled 644cc single that hasn't seen a major update since the Clinton administration, but owners love that about it. No fuel injection, no ride modes, no ABS, just torque and reliability. This engine is so resilient, riders have taken it around the world, across the Andes, and deep into the Australian outback. If you're looking for a Japanese engine that laughs in the face of abuse, the DR650 is your machine. Number 16. Honda CBR650RR. Let's talk track day warriors. The CBR650RR's inline-4 engine isn't just fast, it's famously reliable even when screaming at 15,000 RPM. Moto America racers and weekend warriors alike push this mill to the limit, and it still asks for more. Introduced during the heyday of the mid-2000s sport bike boom, this engine found the sweet spot between surgical throttle control and mechanical longevity. Today, it's still the go-to for riders who want superbike tech without superbike headaches. Number 15. Yamaha FJR13000. Want to cross continents without a worry? Yamaha's FJR13000 engine is a 1,298 cubic centimeter masterpiece of touring muscle. Introduced in 2001 and barely changed since, it powers the same bikes ridden by iron-butt riders and police departments worldwide. The shaft drive means no chain maintenance, and the Bulletproof inline-4 layout means you can ride 200,000 miles before even thinking about a rebuild. When you see guys on forums saying things like, "I've had mine since Katrina hit," you know it's the real deal. Number 14. Kawasaki KLR650. Forget the fancy gadgets. The Kawasaki KLR650 single-cylinder thumper is the survivalist's engine. It's been around since Reagan was president, and in 2025 it still refuses to quit. Soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan rode these things into the desert heat, then onto tarmac back home without skipping a beat. The secret? A ridiculously overbuilt design that can run on the worst fuel and shrug off neglect like a cockroach after a nuclear blast. Even now, riders are racking up 100,000 plus miles with nothing but oil changes in a chain lube. It's like the Toyota Hilux of the motorcycle world. Simple, strong, and utterly indestructible. Number 13. Honda Africa Twin. CRF 1000L. Originally inspired by the Paris-Dakar winning NXR 750, the Africa Twin's modern engine is a parallel twin with serious staying power. Whether it's the 998cc version from 2016 or the current 1084cc upgrade, this power plant thrives under pressure. Long overland trips through Morocco, sub-zero Alaska expeditions, or scorching deserts of Baja, it doesn't flinch. Add Honda's DCT transmission to the mix, and you get an engine that can handle a brutal beating while staying civil enough for Starbucks runs. Number 12. Suzuki SV650. Ah yes, the gateway drug of motorcycles. The 645cc V-twin in the SV650 is the reason so many riders fall in love with motorcycling in the first place and stay in love for life. It's mechanically simple, torquey, and lasts forever. And we're not being hyperbolic. Some SVs are pushing 150,000 miles with little more than basic maintenance. You can crash it, track it, commute on it, and it just shrugs. With new emissions laws hitting hard in 2025, it's worth noting this little V-twin is still clean enough to make the cut. Number 11. Yamaha MT-07. The CP2 engine is modern Yamaha's golden goose. Found in the MT-07, XSR700 and Tenere 700. It's light, lively, and tougher than it looks. This engine makes riding feel like mischief in motion. Playful and responsive, yet dead reliable. It uses a 270-degree crank for that V-twin-like pulse and keeps things simple with a double overhead camshaft layout. Riders are consistently hitting 6-digit odometer readings with zero issues. In a world where bikes are getting more digital, this is Yamaha keeping it real. Number 10. Kawasaki Ninja 250R. Think small engines can't last? Think again. The Ninja 250R's original 248cc parallel twin was so reliable, it practically created the beginner bike genre. Over the years, Kawasaki kept the formula intact while upgrading to the 300 and 400 versions. These engines are red-lined like race bikes, yet they live forever. Riders in Southeast Asia run them as delivery workhorses, and in the US you'll find 250 rupees from 2005 still dailying like champs. In 2025, the 400cc variant continues to dominate the entry-level segment with unbeatable reliability. Number 9. Honda CB500 series. You know a motorcycle engine is bulletproof when it becomes a global workhorse. And that's exactly what Honda's 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin has done. First introduced in 2013, this engine has quietly carved out a reputation for being one of the most dependable mid-size power plants ever produced. It powers the CB500 family, the upright commuter-friendly CB500F, the adventure-ready CB500X, the sporty CBR500R, and even the laid-back Rebel 500 Cruiser. Same engine, different vibe. But across all platforms, the reliability story remains the same. Number 8. Yamaha Tenere 700. Yeah, we already mentioned the CP2, but the Tenere 700 deserves a special shout-out. Why? Because this bike is taking the world by storm. From the Dakar-style rallies in Europe to the BDR routes in Colorado, the Tenere's engine is proving itself as the adventure twin that lasts longer than your GoPro battery. You'll see these bikes circumnavigating the globe with minimal spares. The CP2 in this setup is tuned for linear power and low-end torque, and it eats sand, gravel, mud, and tarmac like it was born for it. Number 7. Honda CBR13000 RR Fireblade. In the superbike realm, where engines are usually overstressed and fragile, the Fireblade stands tall. Honda's engineers know how to build fast bikes that last, and the CBR1000RR proves it. Since the early 2000s, Fireblade engines have been dominating tracks and highways with fewer failures than most of their rivals. Moto journalists have called it the people's superbike for a reason. It's fast, smooth, and absurdly reliable. Number 6. Suzuki Hayabusa. Let's talk speed demons. The Hayabusa's 1,340 cubic centimeter engine is one of the most legendary motors in motorcycle history. Built to break records and hearts, it's somehow just as reliable as a touring twin. The Busa engine is known for insane power output paired with a docile nature, like having a cheetah that walks beside you on a leash. In 2025, this engine remains one of the most tuner-friendly and abuse-tolerant platforms you can buy. Number 5. Yamaha VMAX. Before muscle cruisers were a thing, Yamaha built the VMAX. Its 1,679 cubic centimeter V4 engine was borderline insane, pushing the envelope for torque and power. But beneath that lunacy lies an engine that's laughably durable. Owners report 200,000 miles with nothing but routine valve checks and oil. It's big, complex, and sounds like a hot rod on steroids. but it lasts. This bike has become a cult icon, especially as V4 engines become rare in production motorcycles. Number 4. Honda CB750. When you hear someone call a motorcycle the first superbike, they're probably talking about the legendary Honda CB750, and for good reason. This bike didn't just change the rules of the game. It wrote the rulebook. It single-handedly shifted the perception of motorcycles from raw, unreliable machines to refined, reliable performance tools. So if you're thinking this is just some old classic with nostalgic value, think again. The CB750 is living proof that performance and longevity don't have to be opposites. It redefined what a motorcycle engine could be. And even half a century later, it's still out there, still running, still winning hearts. Number 3. Honda CRF300L. Off-roaders, rejoice. The CRF300L's engine is light, torquey, and unbelievably reliable. Designed for global markets, this 286 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine gets used in dual sports, commuters, and farm bikes. It's water-cooled, fuel-injected, and tuned for low-maintenance life. In parts of Southeast Asia, you'll see these used as taxis and tools, clocking thousands of miles every month without complaint. Number 2. Honda Goldwing. We saved the big boy for last, and for good reason. The Honda Goldwing's horizontally opposed flat-six engine isn't just a mechanical achievement. It's a cultural icon. This is the motor that built empires of touring memories across continents, that hums through the heart of Route 66, and that's still trusted by riders in 2025, who think of their bike not as a vehicle, but as a second home. Even in 2025, the latest DCT-equipped Goldwings with Apple CarPlay, electronic preload, and adaptive LED lighting are still built around that same legendary engine layout. It's been modernized, sure, but it hasn't lost its soul, because deep down, this engine isn't just power plant, it's a passport. A passport to experiences, memories, and mileage numbers most riders can only dream of. Number 1. Honda CB1300 Super Four. Last but not least, the Honda CB1300 Super Four. Never officially sold in the US, this bike is a legend in Japan and Europe. Its 1,284 cubic centimeter inline four is tuned for torque and smoothness, not redline glory. It's overbuilt in every sense. Heavy crankshaft, massive radiator, forged internals. Riders report 200,000 plus kilometers with barely any fuss. The engine sounds like a turbine and pulls like a freight train. In Japan, the CB1300 is known as the bike that never dies. And in 2025, it's still one of the best-kept secrets in motorcycling. If you're after an engine that feels alive but never lets you down, this is it. And that wraps the full countdown. From world-beating race motors to rugged farm-ready singles, Japanese motorcycle engines continue to set the global standard for longevity, usability, and engineering genius.